Thank you for joining us here on WSBN and Drexel's YouTube channel. We are here at the class of 1923 arena as Millersville University gets ready to take on Drexel. I'm Dan Conard. I'll have your call tonight. It was a perfect first period of play last night for Drexel against their game against Scranton. Both teams had plenty of opportunities in the first, but we led into the second and a nothing game. The physicality in that game picked up quick in the first period and carried well into the ending of the period, but the referees, they noticed it and it did not go unnoticed in the second and third. It was plagued by both sides with penalties and different opportunities that would come for both penalty kill and power play teams, as there was a couple short-handed attempts, a couple that were successful, and others that just did not go their way. Drexel could not find the answer last night against Carleton, although it did come later in the third period. There was great opportunities for them. They put pucks on net, and it looked promising, especially towards the end of the period. It was these two teams last met back on November 19th. It was a close-knit hockey game, 2-1 with Millersville on top. Millersville comes into today 14-4, 7-3 in their last 10, and 15-16 on their penalty kill. Drexel comes into tonight 6-11, 1-1, 3-6, 1-1 in their last 10, and 17-25 on their penalty kill. We'll be starting momentarily here at the class of 1923 arena. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your introductions and your national anthem. due to time constraints, we'll just jump right into the national anthem. There was a game before this one that went over just a bit, which unfortunately permitted Drexel and Millersville to come out just late. 20 minutes of hockey aside, and we will see Vazzalo in net for Drexel University with Jackson Bell on the opposite side. As we mentioned on the opening of the introduction, this two teams last met in November 19th to be exact, where we saw Millersville take a 2-1 lead. Drexel coming into tonight 6-11, 1-1. And they are hoping to shake off a tough loss yesterday against Scranton. It was a tight first period of play, but unfortunately it did not go their way in the second and third. A physical game did not go unnoticed by the referees, and they called a very tight second and third period. Neither team was able to get away with much. It was a periods plagued with penalties, and we are hoping to avoid that here tonight. Just about ready for the opening face-off, and stepping in is Shaw for Drexel and Desertco for Scranton. And we are underway here. The face-off won there by Scranton, or Millersville rather, as they take it in. Scranton was last night. And that'll allow Millersville to gather back out through center ice before they flip it in wide. This one takes a bounce off the boards, allows Drexel to come back up with it the other way. It was Shaw with it over at the far side, but he has it poked away from him, and that's eventually sent into the Drexel end, back behind the net before it's gathered along the far side. It's gathered in center along there. That one off the stick there, a Rudloff. And then we have a hard hit into the corner that will allow Drexel to regain here at the blue line. Moving up with it is Basin. Basin takes a shot that's gloved and held with 19 to go. So just underway here at the class of 1923 arena. Millersville coming off of a 2-1 win against Army, and if you joined us last night, it was a loss against Scranton. Edzo in, and the face-off won there by Millersville. The puck laid out on the left-hand far side, and eventually gathered back out through center by Drexel. It's flipped ahead by Drager, but then sent right back in as Drager had to gather back in his own end. Slipped along down to the near side. They're waiting and then eventually try to center it out, but it's gathered and flipped ahead there. That one off the stick at Petticone, and then it's forced into the corner. This one pops up. It's on the stick there at McCulley. McCulley tries to center it out in front. Petticone is there. It was in a blue paint, but it slid all the way across and out of play. And it's brought over to the near side now. This one backhanded along. Sent back out to the point there to McDevitt. McDevitt tries to send one towards the net, but it's forced over into the far side of Clark, and then Clark will poke it ahead. And we'll have a penalty call. It will be a hooking minor. And just like that, we're back on the penalty clock. We hope it's not a repeat of last night, but Drexel will be down a man early in this one. We'll check that it is Millersville down a man early in this one. They had originally pointed to a Drexel player, but made the correction quickly. So power play for Drexel. It is Burke to the penalty box. Here's the face-off. It's won by Drexel University. Lemaire with it. Lemaire holding, sends along to the near side. He gives it right back to Lemaire off the stick there. Lemaire sends one towards the net. A backhanded attempt there by Lurie. That doesn't go, and it's eventually covered with extra pushing and shoving. 18-14 to go, 146 here in the main advantage. 3 shots for Drexel, now 2 for Millersville University. Face-off one here by Drexel. They have it again. He flew it up the near boards, gathering and sending it back there. Lurie to Lemaire. Lemaire sends it all the way across, and this one flew towards the net through traffic, but it's poked away and then eventually cleared down through center ice and down. Drexel's going to set back up. They'll move up slowly with the puck. It's sent over to the far side and poked ahead. Trying to do a kick pass there was Rosenbaum, but it was just too far ahead of him. Drexel has it. They flip it in, but unfortunately right onto a Millersville player, but then it's eventually backhanded along. Not played with a high stick now, says the linesman, and it's just Millersville and the goaltender now. Moving in, here's a shot that comes off, and it's gloved and held here by Mazzolo. So both teams doing an outstanding job of putting the pressure on so far. Neither team really taking an early advantage in regards to pressure so far in the game. Here's the face-off. It is controlled right now by Drexel. They're still in a man advantage for the next 57 seconds. Is gathered there in the corner by Drexel. They move up with it out through center. It is poked along there at the blue line and then eventually tipped back into the corner. Stuff down in front, gathering, and a shot comes off. That's gloved and then set right back down. And the whistle is finally blown as the referees did allow these teams to play. It was Sullivan with this shot. It was gloved right out of the air with 17:07 to go. Sullivan with a nice opportunity, but unfortunately not go his way. Stepping into the face-off circle now is Tioso. It is one there by Millersville as this one's floated out through center and down. Got her back behind the net there by Sullivan. Sullivan sends it along to the far boards. 26 seconds left on the man advantage for Drexel. Sullivan has it on the near side now. Who'll move up with it. He sends it across, but it's gathered there by Millersville. It's sent right back in before it's poked away into the corner there by Tioso. 14 seconds left on the man advantage. Trying to center it out in front there was Waters, and then eventually it's set back behind the net where it's gathered again. Down to the final 5 seconds, and Drexel will pretty much be out on this one. So 0 for 1 so far in the power play. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here. Millersville with it. They're moving up now. It's poked ahead of the far side. Chasing it into the corner. There is Burke. Burke back behind the net. Players go down. Referees keep their arms down, and we continue with the play. Physicality in the corner now. Burke there. Burke trying to bring it along the near boards, but it's eventually given up to Mendham, and Mendham sends it over to the near side right to Lemaire. Lemaire playing catch up Mendham as Mendham was sent out through center, and then it's poked ahead before it's eventually gathered back out through center ice. This one poked ahead now. Battle for right there at the blue line. It's finally gained control there by Eto. Eto brings it along now to the near side and eventually poked ahead. Trying to get it on his stick there, Skyler, but it was just out of his reach as there was a defender in his way. Nothing game so far here in University City. Skyler has it. Skyler wraps it back behind the net as he needs to go off on a change. Trying to get there was Lourie, but he was just a tad late, but then gets there and tries to center it down in front of the player. Goes down. Armstead down once again. Kept in there at the line there by Shaw. Shaw lays it off. This one gets a shot off. That's going to bring it along to the near side. Beeson takes a shot that just goes wide of the goaltender's glove, and now it's onto the stick of Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum drops it off. It's poked ahead. Shaw with it now. Shaw lays it up there slightly, and then it's eventually kicked back out to the blue line before it's cleared and sent back down as Millersville goes off on a change. Opportunity there for Drexel, but they're unable to capitalize with it. They're gathered back out through center though, but it's given up to Millersville. Millersville sends it across to the far boards before Drexel's able to gain control on their own end, but then it's eventually poked away from them. Moving towards the net now is Millersville, and a shot there from Spots hits off the pad and up into the safety netting here with 14:36 to go. So Drexel putting the pressure there, putting the pressure on the past 2 minutes or so, getting some nice shots off in Millersville's end, but unfortunately unable to get it past that of Jackson Bell. They're looking to find an answer early in this hockey game. Face off on there by Millersville. Gathering with it now is Sullivan. Sullivan sends it over to the far side, and it is Jones who's eventually able to clear and sends it back down. Back behind the play, Tioso, and it's poked away from him. Tioso stuck in there. The rebounds eventually gloved and held. Tioso forgotten about back behind the play. Tries to get his shot off, but then is poke checked away by Jackson Bell to keep it at a 0-0 game. It was an outstanding play there by Bell as Tioso was able to sneak behind defenders and nobody noticed him, and he had 2 steps ahead of the nearest player around him. Face off, battle for it in the corner. Drexel comes up with it now. And then it's eventually poked back out through center where Drexel's able to gather, but they'll take it back in their own end before poking it ahead. Told to stick there, Jones now. Jones has Tioso with him. Jones sends it towards the net. It's off the chest and back down. Jones gathering again. Brings it back out down to the near point to Sullivan. Sullivan sends it along the boards, trying to get it back on the stick of Jones. But the boards were clogged by Millersville as they come back up with it. They're in the far corner. They center it across, and as it across the line, no, says the linesman. This one kept out as it was hovering there over the line, but no goal. Here comes a shot, and this one will be covered with 13:34 to go. A lot of extra pushing and shoving, and just like yesterday in the second period of play when Drexel thought they had themselves within 2, the puck did not quite cross the line. It bounced off of one post and then to the other, and it allows Drexel to stay in this one scoreless so far in this first period. Face-off one here by Drexel. It is Meddum that drops it back off, and then it's eventually floated ahead. Back behind the play there, Skyler. Skyler, the goaltender. His shot just goes wide to the far post. Drexel gathering now. They're putting the pressure on. They're looking, they're waiting. They bring it back along to the near side. It was a 2-1 meeting the last time these two teams met. And it appears that it's going to be a physical and close game here tonight. Millersville out with it out through center. They dance back in now. It's along the near boards. Eventually onto the stick there now. Lemaire tried to set it on the far side, but it was disrupted momentarily by Burke. And now this one's centered out in front. The puck eventually finds its way into the back of the net, and that will be a 1-0 lead now for Millersville. So the original shot did not go. The rebound hit off of the back of Rizzolo and found its way into the back of the net with 12:51, and now it's a 1-0 lead for Millersville. So that initial shot not going as it was blocked down in front. The rebound, the hit off of something right before the net, and then eventually off the back of Rizzolo for a 1-0 lead over Millersville. But Drexel with plenty of opportunities so far in this first period, and they're still in this hockey game with 12:48 to go. Pucks along at the near corner and pushes it back behind the net further. Now is Basin. Basin tries to send it back out to the other side, but it's Millersville who gained control, but then it's eventually set right back in deep. This one off the stick of Lurie, and we have a whistle blown here. Original call was icing, but now the referees will gather out at the center portion of the ice and they'll say yes. So it will be an icing call. Drexel not too happy with it, but could have went either way. Face off one here by Millersville. They send this one towards the net by Ryder, and then eventually Drexel moving back up with it. Rosenbaum flips it in. He'll give chase, and it's eventually sent over to the far side where Lurie sends one that goes all the way around the boards. It's gathered now there by Shaw. Shaw sends it to the corner. Loose stick out there on the ice. Acting as another defender right there next to the net as Drexel has to play around it. It's finally kicked into the corner, but that might not be good as Shaw was going to play it there, but now he's forced around to the far side. This one's sent over to the near boards now. Moving up with it. Here's a shot that goes off. That one off the stick of Basin, but it deflects it back behind the net. It is McDevitt that wraps it around the net now, and it's back onto the stick there of Basin. Basin sends it back out to the other side. Shaw trying to get there, but it's Ryder there first as Ryder pokes it back behind his own net. 11:38 to go here in the first period. Drexel went off on a partial change, and that'll allow Millersville to send the puck out through center ice. They'll clutch this one just a little too much as the pokes away from them, and now Jones is able to gather. Jones looking. Millersville went off on a change. He gives it off to Eto. And it's a battle for it there as Eto's pass hit off of his skate, and that forces Drager back to play it. Drager and Eto. Eto Eventually able to hand it off, and then it's just flicked out through center before it's sent right back into the Drexel end. Delayed offsides here. So allow Drexel to manage the puck. It's sent over in the far corner. Try to poke the head there, but Lautzes is able to get a shot off as it was just sitting there over the far side after a weak attempt pass as he was going to push the puck ahead. Was Lurie. His stick touched the boards as well. So offensive zone faceoff for Millersville here. Faceoff is won by them. They have it. Sent back behind the net where it is Sullivan who's going to disrupt the play at least momentarily. Here comes a shot. That one off the stick of McCulley. That goes high and wide off the glass. This one centered back out. And eventually flipped on goal there by Seifert. Seifert able to kick it along to himself. Here's a shot that goes wide and played into the corner there by Petticoat. That's off the marks. The referee saying to play on right now as the puck's in the near corner. So flipped back around in the corner again. The goaltender's not able to push the net off, or they will take a penalty, which we've seen in the third period last night against Scranton. Moving up with it now is Drexel. They have the puck down, but they're going to lose it. But then it is Schuyler who puts a hard hit into the corner, but nothing comes of that as this puck's flipped back out through center ice. Schuyler gains control again. Schuyler, though, trying to get it on to the stick there of Tioso, but he was just ahead of the blue line, so an offside call. An early 1-0 lead here for Millersville. Check that. We'll have a hooking call. This off of Rysack. So a second attempt here tonight for Drexel on their power play. They're 0 for 1 thus far. Here comes a shot. The redirection by Rosenbaum is kept out. So right off the draw, Drexel's able to get a puck on net. It redirected itself in, but it was kept out there by Bell. Shaw with the puck now. Shaw dances in. He has it. He drops it off at the far side. It's brought over the near way. Here comes a shot that's seen all the way. That one off the stick of Lemaire. 9:19 to go. Bell. Perfect between the pipes thus far. Drexel with plenty of opportunities going their way. 10 shots from so far in this hockey game. 8 for Millersville University. Drexel has it. It's on a stick of Seaman now. Seaman waiting, sends it back out to Sullivan. Sullivan sends it across. It's eventually flipped ahead, but off the stick of Rudloff, and then off a defender and down. So Sullivan will have to play it. Sullivan sends it out, gives it onto the stick of Seaman. Seaman sends it all the way across to the far point. This one goes all the way through the blue painted on the near side. Sullivan has it, and it's going off to Eto. Eto just wiped out as the pass was originally intended for him. Seaman sends it across. This one towards the net that pops up before the net and into the rafters and then back down. This one below the near side to Sullivan. Sullivan sends it across. Drexel has to play back out through center to dance out of danger. 47 seconds to go on their man advantage. Sullivan sends it all the way up. It's poked in and far to the boards. This off the stick there of Rudloff. And it's eventually on the near side, tied up there though was Lurie. He wasn't able to get a full stick on it. He gets it back out to the point of the stick of Sullivan. Sullivan sends it towards that redirection. Goes high and wide into the corner. This one back behind. Later down the front, Rudloff shot going off the outside post. 8:05 to go here. 18 seconds on the man advantage. Spock flops back out. It's going out to the other side. Trying to get there is Jones, but he's not able to get there in time. This one is cleared. And that'll pretty much kill this power play. So Drexel 0 for 2 tonight so far in their power play game. Millersville 2 for 2 in their penalty kill, which is not all that surprising as they came in 15 and 16 on the penalty kill. Whistle stopped here with an icing call with 7:37 to go. Zerko into the face-off circle there for Millersville. He'll lose it. Sullivan will wrap it around to the far side there to Rudloff. Rudloff sends it ahead. It's on the stick now. Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum moving in fast. He has it. Centers it down in front. The shot going off, but it's kicked aside there by Bell. Bell sliding from one post to the other to keep that goal out. This one poked out. It's backhanded there by Lemaire. And then eventually knocked aside. Lemaire gets it right back as Shaw was able to poke it away. This one sent towards the net, but it's going to go wide off a deflection, and that allows Shaw to gather along the far boards. This one poked out though, and eventually brought back out through center and sent all the way back down, and another icing call. .56 to go here. Drexel looking to answer Millersville's early goal. This one sent back behind now. Trying to gather it was Tioso. We'll have to force it along the near side. And it's eventually sent right back out to the point and then backhanded along there by Lemaire. This one by Tioso sent in. There's an easy save on the outside of the post. Drexel has scored some goals there so far this season, so they will put the puck there. Here comes a shot. It's left out in front. The rebound is kicked aside, and another great save there by Bell. That'll move the puck out the other way. Millersville with a chance now as they backhand along the outside of the post to take a hard hit back behind the net. This will poke the head and set back down on a deflection, so no icing will be called. Drexel going off on a full change. That allows it to be gathered out through center, and then eventually gathered and flipped ahead as we had a delay offsides, as you still had the Drexel forward back in the zone. This one sent over to the far side. Trying to get there is Rudloff. Rudloff is able to, but then it's flipped right back in. Another delay offsides now, so they allow Drexel to gather and plan as they push it up the near wing. Scatter there, those as they're up at the blue line, moving in. Here comes a weak shot that was seen all the way there. That one off the stick of McCauley. Mazzolo able to grab it. 5:39 to go here, and we are still at a 1-0 game. Quick play, fast feet by both teams. Drexel with it, they send it around the far way. Getting a stick on it there was Lurie, and then it's eventually gathered now, but the pass behind Rudloff is miscommunicated, and then it allows the puck to bounce out through center before Millersville is able to gather and retouch. This will poke the head. Shaw sends it in. Shaw just trying to send it in, hoping to give chase, but he was taken out of the play. Guy there by Millersville, they're going to move up with it. It's on his stick of Carey. Carey gives it up there though to Lurie, and then Lurie's going to go off on a change. Rudloff staying in to play back behind the net. He's the only one from his line out there now. It's kept in there. Here at the point, here goes a shot by Lemaire, but it's not going to, or by Basin rather, but it's not going to go all the way. This one sent over at the far side. Poked in, kept it at the far point, kicked the head along, kept it once more, floated towards the net. That's going to go wide and allow McDevitt to gather and bring it back out through center, and then eventually it is floated into the Drexel end by Wallers. 4:30 to go here at the class of 1923 arena. Drexel finds themselves down by 1, but they're looking to get right back into the hockey game. And then we're going to have a whistle here as it touched something in the Drexel bench. So another stoppage in play. Two penalties so far in this first period. Seaman with the puck out through center. He'll send it into the zone as his team's going to give chase. It's a battle forward in the corner. Eventually poke back ahead and set around on the far side, and it is skips over the stick of Drager, and it allows Millersville to grab it back out the other way. Millersville moves in, but it's poke checked away there by Sullivan. Sullivan able to gain control. He's going to take it back behind his own net, and he'll come out the other side. It is kicked ahead, but left back out in front on a mistaken score. That one off the stick of McCauley, and a mistake by Drexel allowed that puck to float right on the McCauley stick. It was just him and the goaltender. He's able to put it over the stick side there of Mazzolo, and that'll give them a 2-0 lead. McCauley, one of the leading goal scorers on this team. Allows now Millersville to move up with it. 3:40 to go. Drexel finds themselves now down by 2. This one flipped ahead and backhanded along. And eventually sent the length of the ice. No icing though, as it went in off of a Drexel player. It's gathered there, poked ahead. Direction there by Mazzolo to tell his team where the puck was. Eventually kicked back out through center. Moving ahead with it there is Drexel on the far side, and it'll go in on an offside with 3:07. Millersville moving up with it now. They're disrupted though at the blue line. They try to center it back out, but it's Drexel's defenders who are there. Moving up with it along the near side there is Basin, but Basin's disrupted just in front of his bench there by Waters. As both teams continue to battle. Drexel able to gain control of Shaw with the puck. Shaw sends it over to the far side. It's eventually given on to the stick there of Rosenbaum. And then eventually just floated ahead into the Millersville end. Millersville with the puck down. Their shot goes off the stick there and flies back down. Out of danger though. Puts another 4-point. Hits all at the boards. It's scattered along the boards there. Floated towards the goaltender, but it's blocked away and then eventually clear. Backhanded right back in. This one off the safety netting though, and that'll force the face-off out of Drexel's zone. Face-off one here by Drexel, 1:47 to go. Seaman with it. Seaman has it. He'll pass it along to himself. Gathers in the corner, centers it out in front. But the men in black were there to kick it away. Down to the final 90 seconds in the first period. Here comes a shot that hits off the goaltender and goes wide. Eto back behind the net now. Eto sends it along there to Skyler. Skyler looking. He tries to backhand along. Gives it right back to Eto. Eto falls down but is able to center it at least. But it's not going to get any damage as this puck is eventually cleared out through center ice. He's got her back here now. 1:10 to go here in the period. Seaman pokes it ahead. He'll give chase to it in the corner again. He's all out there by himself as Drexel's going to come off on a change. He'll stay into play though as he's taken down a few times. Both arms of the referee stay down. He'll play along. Drexel has it in the far corner. Down to the final 55 seconds here in the first. Out to the far point. This one floated towards the net, seen all the way in glove there by Mazzolo. .49 seconds, a 2-goal lead for Millersville University. Face-off one there by Millersville, but the puck hovers around the goal, around the face-off circle. And it's eventually floated back out. Giving chase there to it was Mendham. He tried to bounce it off the boards, but then he's forced into back behind his own net. The puck's forced along to the near side now. It is eventually kicked ahead, but kept to the point there by Rysack. Rysack sends one through traffic. That was seen all the way, and then the puck bounces back down, up over the crossbar and over to the far side. 22 seconds to go as Drexel clears it, but it is eventually sent back in, but off on the Millersville bench with 18 seconds to go. 15 shots with Drexel so far in this period, 12 for Millersville, but 2 of theirs were able to make its way in the back of the net, and it's the only difference thus far. Millersville with it in the far corner. This one backhanded along. Here comes a shot that's blocked this side and eventually brought back out the other way. Shot along the near side now, seen all the way there by Rizzolo, and it's held. 4 seconds to go, 4.5 to be exact. A little crowd around the net there. Face off. One here by Drexel. They're just going to hold it in the corner and let the clock wind down. So as we head into the second period, Millersville is able to find themselves 2 goals. Drexel will look to regroup in the locker room, and they hope to come out and get at least an early goal and put the pressure back on in the second period. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have your second period of play.
The 4 Points by Sheraton, Winnipeg South. Conveniently located on South Pembina Highway near the Trans-Canada Bypass and 1 hour from the U.S. border crossing. Offering a saltwater pool, hot tub, 24-hour fitness center, restaurant, and lounge.
Just moments away from the start of the second period, it's a 2-0 lead for Millersville University. And look, why it's 2-0, Millersville's already at that point of where they scored 2 goals in their last meeting, and Drexel's hoping to keep them there. As much as fans of Drexel and maybe even some of the parents might not like to hear it, the only reason that Millersville has themselves a 2-0 lead is you have to give credit to their goaltender, Jackson Bell, who went from post to post to stop many different shots coming his way, and it allowed Millersville to go on top by 2. There was opportunities there where we thought Drexel would tie it up, even get ahead early on, but Bell did an outstanding job by keeping them out of the net. He went from post to post, saw pucks through traffic, and that allowed him to keep his team up by 2. Drexel 0 for 2 though on their power play opportunities. They were unable to capitalize. It seems during that time that Millersville had a little bit of upper hand during the power play, and had a penalty kill, who came into tonight at 15 and 16, is doing an outstanding job of keeping them out. The positive though for Drexel is they stayed out of the box themselves, and as they get ready to take the ice, they're looking to come out strong, find an answer against Jackson Bell, and hopefully tie this hockey game up. $20 shots from Millersville in their first period of play, 17 for Drexel University. Having a problem with the scoreboard here on the monitor. We'll get that fixed when we can. Opening faceoff there, won by Millersville, and then a quick icing. That's going to go all the way back down. All right, scoreboard appears to be fixed there. Face up one here by Drexel. Shot and score! Right off the face-off, Lurie banks it into the back of the net, and we're at 2-1. We said Drexel was looking to find an answer early, and it appears that they have. They're within 1 now of tying this hockey game up. Face-off one here by Drexel. It was an icing call that allowed the face-off to be brought back down. This one's centered back out. It is Jones gathering now. Jones is backhanded to head. Bodies are flying out through center ice. Arms are staying down though, so the physical game allowed to be played here. The puck along the near side. It is poked away there by Rudloff. Rudloff tried to poke into the corner there, Eto, but he appears to be a little shaken out. This one sent towards the net, and then eventually back out to the far corner. Sent back along the near side, Eto appears to be okay. She stays out there, and it's backhanded along into that far corner. Getting in there though is Rudloff. Rudloff able to get it back out to the point where it's scattered by Lurie, and it just floated ahead. Although it did not go far enough, as this puck is thrown into the Drexel end. And then we'll have a penalty called here, and it will be a trip. This against Millersville. We ride her to the box. 2 minutes for tripping, a perfect opportunity for Drexel to tie this one up with 18:53 to go here in the second period of play. It was just a 2-1 meeting the last time. Third power play attempt for Drexel. They're 0 for 2 thus far. Pucker at the far side, brought along the near side to Basin. Basin sends it up the boards, giving on to the stick there. Shaw looking, waiting. He had Rosenbaum with him, but he'll elect to go out to the far point. Back to Basin. Basin sends it across, trying to get it to Rosenbaum there, but it's hit off a defender and then wrapped around the boards. It is onto the stick there, Lurie, who has the goal show tonight for Drexel. Give it back to Basin. This will center across. Try to center it back out, but it's just ahead of him. As that was Shaw with the puck. Rosenbaum with it now. Excuse me. Rosenbaum has it. He's into the corner. Back behind the net. We'll have a whistle. And net has come dislodged. So 18:05 to go here in the second period. 1:12 in the man advantage. Drexel. Oh, they'll get a partial shift, and now they're changed their mind. They send everybody off. Face off one here by Drexel. It's Sullivan with it now, but said Sullivan has it poked away from him, and that allows the opportunity to come back the other way. And then we're going to get a penalty here. Question is it a penalty shot? No, it's just going to be a holding call. Could have went either way. Rudloff going to the box for holding, and you question it a little bit. If anything, you could have called interference on so much a holding call, but either way, it'll be 4-on-4 hockey for the next 1 minute and 2 seconds. It erases the power play out of Drexel, and you see Drexel pleading her case right now to the referee, and the referee saying that he grabbed his stick and pulled it away from the puck. That's the explanation that he's giving to Seaman. Seaman not looking at what the referee saying, look, that's what the call is, and you know it's not going to change, and you argue, but you can at least attempt it. Face off one here by Millersville. They have it back out at their far point. They bring along to the near side to Clark. Clark floats one in. That's seen all the way and held. 17:47 to go. Face off one here. Clark tries to send one in. Rosenbaum coming back out with it now. Rosenbaum moving in. His shot just high and wide over the crossbar. Perfect opportunity there, but it just goes over the crossbar. And here's Rosenbaum that sends it back out to the point. It's floated all the way across now. This one floated in. Seaman with it. Seaman gets his shot off. That's seen all the way. And that keeps Drexel at a 2-1 deficit. Seaman getting a few extra pokes in after the whistle was blown. The referee has a few words for him. He's heading back to his own bench. Shaw into the face-off circle. It's Jones with the puck now. Jones sends it back out to the 4 point, and it's wrapped around the boards there by Lemaire. Then it's gathered along there by Rysak. Put along to the near wing now. It's into that near corner. Gathering and move back out with it is Walters. Walters moving up. And it's eventually sent back in, poked back out through center. Now at the blue line where Millersville is going to have to regroup. Millersville sends it out through center ice. Walters sends it across. It's eventually poked back in, sent all the way back down wide to the goaltender. It is now a power play for 46 seconds for this Millersville's team, who's 2-1, their first power play of the hockey game. This one floats in, hits off the goaltender, bounces back down. 33 seconds to go on the power play. Battle for the puck there in the corner. And it is eventually dished back out. There's Walters with it. Walters tries to center it back out, but it hits off of a forward and then pops out to center. Battle for the puck there. 18 seconds to go here on the man advantage. Millersville moving up slowly with it. They take it back now. back in their own end, and then try to pass it back along. That's a mistake there as Drexel moves in. Here's a shot coming off there of Lurie, who has the only goal for Drexel thus far, and it'll erase the man advantage, but not before there's another whistle. And that whistle will just be because the puck went out of play. Here's the puck that floats in just across the blue paint. It's gathered and wrapped around the board, so it's going to go off of the referee, that off the stick of Urno, and haven't seen him much tonight. He played a lot last night. Here's Eto with the puck down. Eto floats one in. That's just kicked aside. Urno sends it around to the far way. This one sent through traffic. Doesn't quite get to the goaltender. And that allows Millersville to move up with it. They're going in. They float one in wide to the goaltender. That's going to go out to the other side. Poking it along there is Lemaire. Lemaire has to try to get back behind the net, but we will see Mazzolo help him out with 15:18 to go. Face-off will be to the left of him. Face-off one here by Millersville. They send a puck in that's going to go high and wide. Eventually over to the near side. So over to the far way there is Jones with it. It's eventually brought back out through center. Jones take it off the puck, and this will flip back in. That forces Mazzolo to kick it into the corner. This one centered back out, just a little ahead there of Jones as they were trying to get that lead pass, but unfortunately it just did not go their way. Brought back over to the near side, kept in there at the blue line, and then eventually poked ahead there by Tioso, and then eventually sent back out as we have to see Rudloff give chase. Rudloff says to the far side, but nobody's there to help him besides his goaltenders. Mazzolo is able to poke it away. Gather forward into the corner. Back behind the net. This one's center. Here goes a shot that ricochets high and wide. Goaltender down. He's back up. Backhanded along. Misplay there by Drexel. But then they're eventually able to clear it out through center as bodies fly right in front of the Drexel bench. This one's set across. Trying to keep it in there is Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum able to dish it into the corner, but he has to give chase in a hurry. It's ball back over the near side of Lemaire. Lemaire backhands it along on the stick of Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum goes back out. He sends it across. This will go down. This one floated in, bounced along just wide. Tioso tried to redirect it out in front, but he couldn't get there. This one kept in there. As it actually says the linesman, it appeared to be kept in, but apparently just poked back out and then sent right back in. 2-1 our score. Drexel continuing with the pressure here. Face off one here by Drexel. Here comes Eto in. Eto backhanded to Lombard right into the basket there of Bell, and he's able to hold it with 13:42 to go. 5-on-5 hockey periods that plagued this period early on. Millersville triumphs on that face-off, but then they'll lose it back out to 4 point. Waiting and holding them, firing Drexel. The puck will lay down in front and then eventually covered is there by Bell. The shot through traffic. Bell unsure where that one was at first, but it was able just to stay out. Drexel trying to get the backhander along, but it wouldn't go. Face off one here again by Millersville. Drexel though has it at the far side. It's Sullivan. Sullivan just tries to backhand it along, but then it's eventually sent past him and down. Both teams giving chase. More whistle. And we have a cross-checking call. So a cross-checking minor. This on Bell. That'll Drexel back onto the power play. They weren't able to score on theirs as it was brief as they took a penalty. They're looking to tie the game up here at 2. Millersville with the puck. They try to send it all the way back down, but then it's eventually pitchforked ahead as the original attempt didn't go. Lemaire moving up with it. It's brought back out through center. And then moving in there is Drexel. And Drexel plays it into the corner. They're going to go give chase. It's brought back out now to the near side. It's onto the stick there, Lemaire. Lemaire is going to get some help from Lurie. Lurie gives it back out to Rosenbaum at the point. Rosenbaum right back to Lurie. Lurie sends one through traffic, but it doesn't go, and then it is cleared all the way back down. Lurie sends it across, but then it hits off of his skate. Rosenbaum, though, able to bank it back in and around the boards. So it glided along the boards there, and then eventually glided back out to the point and sent right back ahead. Holding there is Basin. Basin looking for a lane. He tries to send it all the way across, but his stick gets in the way. It's gathered there. Now held and waiting is Rosenbaum. He floats one in, but that's going to go wide. Shaw gathers with it. Shaw looking, gives it right back to Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum looking for that same lane again as there's traffic in front of the net. Rosenbaum, though, moves up to the near side. He'll drop it off there to Basin. Basin sends it all the way across to Shaw. Shaw waiting, centers it back out, trying to get it on the stick of Rosenbaum, but he couldn't poke it home. It would have been a perfect opportunity with a wide open net down to the final 30 seconds of this man advantage. Drexel did not touch the puck as they went off on a change. It was almost a too many men on the ice call. 20 seconds to go now here in the man advantage. 11:35 in the period. Drexel has time for one last push, but they're just waiting. This one's sent up. Drexel's able to get her. Moving up with it now is Seaman down to the final 5 seconds of the man advantage. Seaman into his own, into the opposing zone. Sent over to the far side. Score! Seaman to Eisler, and Eisler pokes it back behind there of Jackson and Bell, and it's a tied game at 2. You knew it was coming. Drexel with perfect opportunities, putting the pressure on, able to keep themselves in the game, and it's tied now at 2. This one floated ahead now. Bounces off the board, but it's erased there by Bell. Bell just came out of the box, so Drexel not able to get a power play goal there, but it came just late, and they don't care how the goal comes as long as it's back to even hockey. $10:57 to go here in a second. 26 shots for Drexel, 18 for Millersville. We're back to an even hockey game. Face-off one there by Millersville. They'll wrap it around. Shaw trying to do a little damage, try to poke it away, but it's eventually over the far side. This one casually floated ahead and then sent right back in by Drexel, which will force Donegan to play it, and then it's eventually back out along. Rudloff almost able to keep it in, but the other number 11 moving back with it the approaching way. Here's a ricochet shot. That goes in on goal, kicks off of his skate and stays out. So at the far point, this one floats in and hops wide. That one off the stick of Spots. This one brought back out to the point. That's set right back into the corner, set out at the far point now, but in doing so, it centers out in the center ice. It's eventually whipped along the boards and settled there by Mendel. Mendel tries to poke it ahead the short board, but in doing so, it hops out of play. Exactly 10 minutes to go here in the second. 2-2 game, 2 goals for Millersville in their first, 2 for Drexel here in the second. Face-off one there by Millersville. They kept it at the blue line, but now moving up with it is Ento. If Ento hurries, it's him and Jones. Sends it to Jones. Jones sends a shot, and somehow it stays out of the cage. Allows Millersville to move back with it now. They have it. Here goes a shot that is missing, and then we have a whistle finally. And it appears to be a penalty. No, it's just going to be a hand pass. I lost track of the puck. The goaltender lost track of the puck, but the referee did not. And a hand pass will be called here. Both teams battle for control here. Millersville comes up with it. Here goes a shot off the post and out, but no, says the referee. He's saying it went in. It did not appear that it did. It appeared that it went off the crossbar and stayed out, but the referee is saying now that it's a 3-2 game. Gonna gather and talk. It didn't look like it went in from our vantage point. The goaltender is making his argument as well. It's a long discussion here. Looked like it hit off the crossbar, came back down, stayed out of the line, but needless to say, as of right now, they're avoiding Millersville a goal, 3-2. Drexel wants an explanation. Let's see if we can hear. Sometimes we can from our vantage point. A lot of explanation going on here. Can't really make out what's said, but no argument from the Drexel coach. Again, from our vantage point, which isn't perfect, it looked like it stayed out. Will be a 3-2 lead. Here's Seaman now. Seaman thrown out of the face-off circle. Drexel down by 1 again. On the stick there, Safert. Actually brought back ahead. Drexel able to get her out through center ice. With the head and eventually off the backhand there of Seaman. And giving chase there, Yerno. Well, it's flipped away from him. Yerno was able to steal that one. And he brings it back out on their side. And then a hard hit and a penalty is going to be called. Trip here. A lot of extra conversation there at the end. Could have been a little embellishment there as well. It's going to be Yerno to the box for tripping though. And Drexel will be down the man for the next 2 minutes with 8:51 to go. The crowd into it here. Millersville gathers the puck. They're up by 1 and have a man advantage here. Here's a shot that goes towards the net. The rebound floated just wide. It was a wraparound shot on the far side, but the whistle blown as the net comes off. Mendel sent to the box now. No signal yet. So a game misconduct there for Mendham. He is out on a hooking call. 5-minute penalty. Will pop up there on the board. We'll have a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 49 seconds. This is almost a repeat of last night. A tight game being called in the second and third period by the referees. They let a lot go in the first, but not in the second. It looks like we're getting the same thing here. Here's the puck gather now. Sent over to the far side into the faceoff serve. Getting right back and blocked there by Rosabana. He's taken down. He's back up though now. Puck along the near boards. 5-on-3. This one sent across. 8:20 to go. This one brought back out to the near side. And eventually sent back over and almost poked out. And then eventually it does skitter out through center ice. DeZorko with it. He dances in. He's looking, he sends it across. Here's a shot that hits off the glove and pops back out. This one along the far boards. Venture now into that far point. Looking, waiting, send it up to the hash mark over to the near side. And going down was Basin. He was going to sacrifice the body if he had to. 58 seconds left on the 5-on-3. The puck right out there to center portion of the goaltender, and it just towers up into the glass. This one hits something along the way, and it's going to ricochet over to the far side. It's gathered there, held and patiently waiting. Brought back over near side, and the Zerko sends one in, and it finds its way into the back of the net. And it's a 4-2 game. The Zerko was there, and a open near post. Allow that one to sneak through. Radloff going back there and giving Rizzolo a tap, saying it's alright. For 3 minutes and 52 seconds now for the game misconduct against Mendham. Those are moving up with it. They're into the zone now, but then the play's disrupted and then eventually cleared all the way back down. Goaltender wraps it around. Bell doing a nice job tonight to prevent this game from getting out of hand in the first period. Knows with it over at the far way. They have it. They try to drop it down low to the near side, but it's cleared back out and down. 3:10 to go. Millersville goes off on the change. 6:46 here in the period. This one floated along. It is Radloff who's able to grab it and clear it all the way back down. Getting with it down there is Seifert. Seifert tries to backhand it away, and then it gets on the stick of McCauley. McCauley moves up with it and eventually poked back along. Dancing over at the far side now. Dropped off, waiting, looking, giving it back out to the point there was McCauley. And then here comes a shot that dances through traffic down off of Dunigan. Goes high and off the glass. 2:34 left here on the man advantage. 4-2 our score here in University City. The class of 1923 arena. This will drop back off. It's a send over to the far side. Looking and waiting. They intentionally sent this one wide and having to play it over there is Dunigan. And then he just has no choice but to glide this one around the board. This one sent it back out and then it's eventually sent high up and over the stick side. Off the stick of DeZerko. His second goal on these power plays, and it now becomes a 5-2 game. DeZerko had the original power play goal. We'll get that one here as well. The major continues with 2:15 to go. So it's sent all the way back down and eventually poked away. Scattered into the corner there by Dunigan. Dunigan looking, waiting, fires up the far side. It's eventually sent back down low and then eventually danced right back in. It is onto the stick there, McCauley. McCauley into the corner. He drops it off, trying to get it on the stick of DeZerko, who has 2 goals thus far. It's dropped along there to the Petticone. And it brought back out to the near point. Looking, he passes Petticone, and Petticone going to dance towards the net and eventually sent back out. Here's this one that's going to go in, that one off the wide by Dunigan. And Petticone gets a shot off, and then it's backed away there out through center. 5:12 to go here in the second period of play. Drexel down 5-2. It was tied for a little bit as Millersville fans on his shot. And then this one danced towards the net, but unable to gain control. There's McCauley as he forces it into the corner. This will glide it towards the net. 1:12 left on this man advantage. 4:50 in the period. 26 shots for Drexel, 24 here for Millersville. That one kept him right there at the blue line and eventually poked away. Can Rosenbaum get up there with it? He loses his footing as he dances across the blue line. And he'll go off on a change. This one's sent over to the far side now, and then dancing in all sides is Walters. Puck's in the near corner now, giving chase to Schuyler. Schuyler looking, and then he has it knocked away from his. It's sent up to the far side and brought back down low. Trying to center it back across there was Paolini. But doesn't go, and then that one wrapped all the way around it back down. 24 seconds to go on the man advantage here. Here comes a shot through traffic, but it hits off the body there of Drager, and as Rizzolo went back to try to make the stop, the net comes with this slot. 6 seconds on the man advantage, so an opportunity here for Millersville to try to get at least another shot off. They had themselves one goal right off the faceoff, and Drexel was able to do the same in return. Faceoff really controlled by anyone as this one's wrapped around the other side. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. So danced around, brought back out through center ice, and then sent over to the far side. So eventually crosses the blue line. Brought back behind the net, and then wiggles its way out in the near way. Holding, and then eventually sending it back up to the near side is Clark, and then it's eventually glided across to the other way. This one will center back out and allow Drexel to gain control as Jurno will just poke it in. Jurno backhands it along the near way. It's on the stick now, Lemaire. Lemaire trying to bring it back up to the near boards to Rosenbaum, but it was kept away from him. We have a whistle blown. Drexel looking to get that goal that they got the last time right off the face-off here. Rosenbaum in the face-off circle. He wins it. Sent across there. This one floated towards the net, but blocked the side, get right back out. Basin sends one in that goes off the glass. Eventually brought back over to the near side now. Drager sends it up into the corner of Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum has to move out of danger. He sends it over to the far side, back to Basin. Basin holding, looking, floats one towards the net that hits off of his skate and now onto the stick of Drager. It looked like Shaw was going to gather, but then it's eventually sent back up and kept in there though by Drager as that one appeared it was going to go out. Wrapped around now to the other side, onto the stick there, Lurie. Lurie has himself a goal tonight. He sends it over the near way to Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum waiting, tries to take it back out through center. This place disrupted, but then it's again disrupted there by Shaw, and then it's eventually cleared back out. Moving in with it now is Millersville, although Drexel able to disrupt the play and bring it back out through center ice. They're moving in with it now. They have it, they hold, they wait, they send it wide intentionally, hoping for somebody out there in front, but nobody's home. We're 2-on-2 developing back the other way, but Millersville is going to elect to float it in to get a change off. On the near side, trying to center it out, but it kicks off the skate there is Seaman. The second attempt goes all the way across through the blue paint into the other side. And It's Drexel with it now. Drexel moving on with it. If they hurry, they have a 3-on-2 developing, but the pass to Seaman goes right through his legs, and then the poke check sends that puck out of play. 1:20 to go here in the second period of play. Drexel down right now, 5-2. This one kicked along now. Eto gathers. Eto floats one towards the net. Rebound left down in front. Your nose attempt goes wide. Drexel with it now. Drexel holding. It's on the stick of Skyler. Skyler floats one towards the net. That's seen all the way. We have 46 seconds to go. Thirty seconds to go here in the period. This one floated in, kicked back behind the net. That's you at the far side. That was backhand along there. 18 seconds ago. This will center back out in front. And it hits off the goaltender's glove. And here comes a shot that's eventually cleared by Drexel and down. And no icing as the puck dies on its way. Rosenbaum with the far side, and that is how this period is going to end. A 5-2 lead for Millersville. We'll take a break here on WSBN and your Drexel YouTube channel. And when we come back, we'll have your third period of action.
The 4 Points by Sheraton, Winnipeg South. Conveniently located on South Pembina Highway near the Trans-Canada Bypass and 1 hour from the U.S. border crossing. Offering a saltwater pool, hot tub, 24-hour fitness center, restaurant, and lounge.
here, starting the third period action. It is Millersville up top, 5-2. It was all Drexel in the beginning of the second period, but then Millersville able to come back. You did see a game misconduct there for Medlem. And with the series of penalties that came Drexel's way in the second, allowed the motivation for Millersville. And in doing so, it pushes Drexel back down by 3. They had a clean first with no penalties up on the board. They had themselves a share of power plays themselves during that time. They have been scoreless throughout their power play here so far tonight. And they are looking to figure out a way to put 3 goals back behind Jacksonville. Just about ready to start here. Here's the class of 1923 arena in Philadelphia. And it's Eto into the face-off circle here for Drexel. And the face-off's won by him. It is Rosenbaum with it now. Rosenbaum holding, tries to center it ahead, but it's just out of the reach of Lurie and then sent back into the Drexel's end. Drexel able to gather into the corners. Basin with it. Basin moving up now over the far side. He has Rosenbaum with him there. Basin brings it along the near way. Hill's floated towards the net, and then Eto is able to grab it and center it back out in front. Basin sends it across to the far point. Low play catches, he gets it right back. This one floated ahead with that kick this side, and if Marshall hurries, they could have a 9-man rush. They do, but they're forced into the corner, and a nice play there by the Drexel defense. Also at the far point, here comes a shot that does not go towards the net, rather wide, and then eventually brought back out through center and then sent right back ahead. Drexel though able to get her at the blue line and backhanded along the way. They'll go off on a full change, and this one floated ahead and then backhanded off there with Burke as his team will also elect to change. Jazurko with it, he has himself 2 power play goals. Ball go to the far side now to Launces. And then eventually Drexel's able to gather. Seaman getting to the puck now. Seaman pokes it ahead. His team had to give chase. Seaman clogging up the boards, but then it's sent along to the far way. Eventually brought back up now by Millersville. They'll backhand it along and then go off on the change. And that'll allow Drexel to gather quickly and move out with it. So to the far side, poking it in there was Jones. This will poke back behind the net. Trying to get it back to Jones there was Skylar. And then Skylar intercepts the puck, tried to float one towards it. Backhanded there by Jones, but it's just off the leg pad and across. Jones goes down, he's back up this one all the way through. Keeping it in there momentarily is Basin, and they'll be able to do so on the second attempt. This one backhanded along. Skylar with it now. Skylar looking. Holding, trying to find an open lane. He forced it into the corner, but nobody's there. That forces Tioso to come over and grab it. Tioso now out at the other side. Tries to get it back out to the far point, but it came off a weird hop off the board and never quite made it to Rudloff. Rudloff, though, disrupts the play and allows Basin to grab it with 17:24 to go here in the third. Basin moving up with it. Basin puts it through the legs there of Dunnigan, and then it's forced into the corner. Drexel's defense will change. This puck sent over at the far side. A clearing attempt not made, but then that one just out of reach of Sullivan and then poked ahead deep into the zone. But we will see Rizzolo come out and bank it around the boards. Drexel pushes it ahead further, but it's just out of the reach there of Rosenbaum. And then sent back down. This time though on the icing with 16:47 to go. Drexel look for a clean face off of the puck on net. This one is sent back out through center. Brought back now over to the near side. Sent over to the far way. And this one floated towards the net, but it doesn't go. Pull it back out now. Backhanded away. Seaman with it. Seaman just floated in. He'll go off on the change. So will the rest of his team. As we have Jones trying to poke it away in the corner. Jones able to stick with it. He had it out through center, and then it's eventually brought back over the near way, and then it's brought back out through center ice now onto the stick of Drager. This puck floated in wide in the net. And brought back out the other way. 15:39 to go here. Delayed offsides called. Skyler sends it out the near way. Drexel trying to clear the puck out of their own end. Eventually able to do so and then flip back in. Poked away there. It is Rudloff. Rudloff out to the other side and run to the stick there. Skylar. Skylar tries to get it to Rosenbaum, but Rosenbaum has his stick lifted, and Millersville comes back the other way. No penalty there as the Millersville team wanted a slashing call, but the referee said that it was done as we saw a Drexel player get tripped up, so they're not going to make the call here. 14:54 to go. 5-2 our score. Millersville able to score 2 goals in the first period. Drexel able to score 2 in the early half of the second, but then penalties that would come back to haunt them will allow Millersville to score 2 more and take a 5-2 lead. Moving up with it there now is Eto. Eto drops it off, but he didn't have anybody behind him. That allows Marshall to come back up with it. They fanned that on the first attempt to get into the zone and then eventually bring it back in, and it's brought over to the near side. Gathering there, holding, sent up the near way there by McDevitt, trying to get it onto the stick there of Burke. This puck center back out in front of that blue paint, but it doesn't go. Shaw with it now. Shaw looking. Shaw sends it out through center ice. Moving up with it to far side there, and a shot coming off the stick of Jones. That is held for a whistle. Shaw, or Jones rather, trying to go through the fire hole after his pass from Shaw. The fire hole was closed out. 32 shots for Drexel, 29 for Millersville, but they have the 5-2 lead. This one poked into the near corner. Drexel brings it out to the near point to Basin. Basin floats one in, looking for the redirection there off of Seaman, but it doesn't go into the net. Rather off of a defender. Puck ball on the near side now, and then eventually brought back out through center ice where Drexel's going to gather, hold, and send it over far away. Jones takes it in now. Jones forces himself into the corner. And then eventually brought back out to Basin at the point. And Basin's shot goes off of a defender's back. 2-1-2 the other way now. Here comes a shot that's forced back behind the net off of redirection. That pass just out of the reach there of Sullivan. And it's wrapped back behind the boards. Kicked along there, tied up in the skates of Drager, but then it's dug out by Basin. Basin moving up with it. Basin dancing around one player, trying to dance around two. This one sent all the way across when the stick was tied up, and the puck will not go. Here's Shaw back now. Shaw trying to defend the net, and he's able to do so at the last minute. As the shot did come off, but at the same time that Shaw hit the stick. Here's Shaw moving in now. Shaw has it, backhands it through the fire hole, but it doesn't go. Here's center's back out in front, but on to the men in black, and then it's pitchforked out through center. Opportunities here from both sides here with 12:27 to go in the third. Onto the stick there, Ryzak now. He's holding it, he's waiting as the defense is calling for it. It's back out the point. Here comes a shot that hits off the glass, and that'll allow Millersville to move back out with it the other way. They move in. Here's a shot that's gloved and held with 12:03 to go. Opportunities here from both sides in this third period. A very fast period by the two teams. Not many whistles. This allows us to already be at the 12-minute mark. Toe into the face-off circle. Try to get a last bit of change. The referee's brought him back as Drexel will send it back out, trying to get on the stick of Rosenbaum. And they'll do so in the second attempt, but then he'll just pitch it in and go back in and chase. He'll send it around to the far boards, and he'll try to get it back, but this one hits the safety netting after bouncing off of his skate. Put it wide and now brought along the near way. This one dished in. That one by Lurie, who has himself a goal tonight. That one does not dance through traffic. This one pitched along now. Seaman just whips it in. The last attempt to try to get it across the blue line with 11:05 to go. This one sent over the far way and back down. Giving chase to it there is Rudloff. Coming out though is Rollo, and then we have a penalty back behind the play. With extra pushing and shoving. Rudloff not happy with how things went there, and we're going to see a man go to the box. So they'll send both of them. They'll send launches from Millersville, and it will be Rudloff on Drexel. Both will get offset roughing calls. So 4-4 hockey now for 2 minutes. Face off. One here by Drexel, and then Shaw finally able to flip it in. It was tied up in his skates. Brought back out through center. Basin with the puck down low, and then Basin sends it in as this one floats on goal. Ball along the near boards now, wrapped around out the other way. Getting it onto the stick there with Bell. Bell looking for an outlet, brings it along the near side of Doonigan. Gathering, holding, flipping it out. And it's just sent back in. Bell able to gather. Bell takes out the far away. Tries to backhand it along it through his force to the corner. And here comes Rosenbaum now. Check that. It is Tioso. Tioso with it. Looking. Tries to put one through the 5-hole, but it's kicked into the corner. He's moving over with it now. Tries to center it all the way across. It's brought back out the other way by DeZorko. He has himself 2 goals in this game. He sends one, and it goes high and wide off the glass. 1 minute left on 4-on-4 hockey here in the final period of play. The Class of 1923 arena, where Drexel's down 5-2. This one brought back out through center ice. Moving up with it there, but then losing his footing there was McCulley. And then eventually this one flipped in along the near way. Checked off the puck there, left back out in front to McCulley, and then it is slid in to the goal crease and held. 35 seconds left on a four game. Face off one here, and this one's sent in, and that one by Rysak hits his own player. He goes down momentarily, but he's right back up. Drexel moved back out with the other way. He sends one in over at the far side. That was Bell with it. And then Rosenbaum falls down and goes into the net, forces it off with 9:10 to go. Her power play here, they'll say Rosenbaum went down on a trip, so in 14 seconds, Drexel will get themselves a man advantage. 4-on-3 now for a little bit. As this one's back behind the net. 2 seconds to 1, the 4-and-3 is over. Okay, is back down to 5-on-4. Basin with it now. Power play for 1 minute and 33 seconds. Basin looking. Sends it across as he has some time there. Drops it back off there to Skyler. Skyler gets it right back to Basin. Basin sends one in. A shot coming off there that doesn't go. This one sent in and then held. That one again through traffic. Face off was momentarily controlled by Drexel, but then it went back out. Now Drexel was able to put it back in. To the far side now. Dance out now to the far boards, going right back. Drexel moving up with it is Rosenbaum with it. Rosenbaum holding, looking for an outlet. He says was through. That gets deflected up into the safety netting. .54 seconds left on the man advantage here. Drexel down by 2. Drexel with control. They give it back out there. Here goes a shot of redirection that goes off the face mask and into the corner. Over the far side now. Brings along the near way to Lemaire. Lemaire sends one in. A rebound goes wide as they had an open slot along the far post. And we got another net that has come off as marks with 7:44 to go here. And now 35 seconds on a man advantage. Face off one right Drexel. They float one towards the net through traffic. Doesn't go as it goes all the way to the far side and back behind the boards. Seaman has it. Seaman though checked off the puck, but he'll get it right back. Seaman backhands along the near way. Called for along the far side. Get right back to Seaman. Seaman gets a shot off the crossbar. No! In, says the referee, and we have ourselves a 5-3 game. No initial reaction there by Seaman, and no signal originally by the referee. But then eventually it is a sent back in with a goal, and it puts Drexel back within 2. Another puck that appeared to go off the crossbar from our vantage point and stayed out, but they say it went in. Battle for it there. This will float it towards the net. That's going to skitter all the way across into the corner. Roughed up there, both sides. This one skittered back out across the blue paint. Brought back out the other way. Flurry towards the net, but it kicked off the outside. 6:57 to go. Bodies down. Back behind the net it goes. On the stick there, Rudloff. Rudloff drops it off, and it gets it right back. As he'll dish into his own zone. Floats one towards the net. Rebound left out wide. But a nice job there by Millersville defenders to put that one out of play. This was at the full length of the ice, so we'll have an icing call. So another rebound that was left out in front with another wide open net that Millersville is able to erase to keep Drexel off the board. Drexel gains control in the near way. It's Sullivan with the puck. Sullivan gives it off to Eto. Eto coming back out the other way. He's looking, gives it off at the far point. This will flipped in by Shaw. Kicked away with the pad and then sent the full length of the ice, and we'll have another icing here. Shaw could get back, and we will. Did appear that Millersville was going to try to cut to the left of Shaw, but they were trying to race to the bench, hoping to get off the ice before the whistle was blown. Face off one here by Millersville. They're gaining control back behind the net. Falling down the center on the near way. And then again, this one's going to go to full length of the ice. We'll have a third consecutive icing. Millersville with some tired bodies out there. Drexel understated that, getting some fresh legs on the ice. 33 shots for them so far in this hockey game, 3 goals. Here's a shot that skips right in, and it's held. That went right off the draw there. That will finally allow Millersville to change. Actually, pushing and shoving after. I'm going to get a call on that. So it'll be a roughing minor. And that roughing minor is going to go against Walters. Walters saying that Tioso was an instigator, but referee saying no. So a 5 on the 4 advantage for the next 2 minutes for Drexel University. This one sent down the full length of the ice at 5:56 to go. Rosenbaum with it at the far side. Rosenbaum tries to get his shot off, but in doing so, he was falling down to the ice. Trying to clear there, but it's a battle along the near boards as Lurie was there, and then this one eventually sent all the way back down. 1:29 left on the man advantage here in this final period to play. Drexel down by 2. So dropped off, sent over to the far side. Right there at the blue line, brought across the near side now. Skyler trying to poke it along, giving off to Shaw. Shaw looking, Shaw sent it across, but that one behind Tioso, and then Shaw gets it right back. This one's sent back down into the skates of Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum gives it off to Lemaire. Lemaire floats one all the way through. Tioso with it now. Tioso to Lemaire. Lemaire looking, fans on the shot, and then it's kept in here at the point. Tioso sends it across to Shaw. Shaw looking. Shaw has it poked away from him, and it's just skittered out to the blue line. 38 seconds to go here on the man advantage. This will puck brought back in. Poked away now. Shaw with the puck. Shaw looking. He's holding. Getting his bench some time to set up. Here's Yerno with it. Yerno gives it right back to Shaw. Shaw backhands it along. And trying to get it ahead. This was sent over to the far way. Here comes a shot that's kicked aside. Rebound poked away as well. 4:14 to go. And we have a whistle here. Shot at the shot, but no answer. 8 seconds left on the man advantage. 4:09 here in the final period of play. good. Here goes a shot right off the face-off. That goes high over the crossbar. 3 seconds. Kept in there at the blue line. Set across. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. This one floated towards the net, but it hit something out in front. Onto the stick there now, Walters. Walters, though, gives it up, but then it bounces out through center ice. This one poked ahead now. Trying to gather and move up with it. There is Seaman. Seaman's taken down, though. It is DeZerko with it. DeZerko loses the toes. This one set across, and we have Rudloff over at the far side. This one hit off the short board to set all the way back down. Gathering over there is Basin. Basin floated out, and it brought along in far away. 3:14 to go. This one floated in, brought all the way across. Shaw trying to get there, but it was bounced off the glass and away from him. He was able to intercept it. Has got another weird bounce out in front. This one kicked along. One hand poke. That allowed the team to come up the other way. Gathering, holding, dropping it off. It brought around the near side. Kept in there by Millersville as we go down to the final 2 minutes and 42 seconds. This one ladled down in front. Drexel's able to gain control. Move back out through center and eventually brought back in. A misplay there by Millersville that forces them into the corner with 2:20 to go. Here comes a shot that hits off the outside portion. That off the stick of Lawtonsis, and then eventually brought back the other way. Gaining control there at the blue line. Drexel. Reinforcements coming. Here's Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum gets a shot off the near side, but it doesn't go. So floated along, holding the puck. There's Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum moving up with it. He has a poke checked away from him, though, and that'll force Drexel to come back down. Puck back behind the net. Extra pushing and shoving there. Yurno able to backhand it along, trying to get it onto the stick there. Rudloff. This one sent over to the 4 point. They kicked ahead. Gaining control down, clearing out is Drexel, but not before Clark's able to send this one right back in, back behind the net. 1:22 to go here. 5-3 our score. Drexel down by 2. 33 shots for them. 29 for Millersville. Dancing in there. And a shot that's going to go into the far corner. Then eventually pops back down. 1:02 to go here. Down to the final minute of play. It is a battle for the puck along the far side with Basin. Basin looking to dig it out of the corner. It's eventually brought back out and then pitchforked out through center ice. And hops back down. 45 seconds to go. This one into the corner. Seaman brings it back behind the net. He's looking to gather it. Try to center out the front. Score! Seaman centering that one out in front. The rebound left there for Eisler with 35 seconds to go. We have ourselves a 5-4 hockey game. In doing so, Drexel has elected to take their timeout here with 35 seconds left. They just need one to tie it, send them into overtime. 35 seconds on the clock. 35 seconds to tie it up. And Shaw into the face-off circle. It is won by Drexel. It is Rudloff with it. Rosenbaum sends it all the way around. It's ball along down to the near side. 25 seconds to go. Millersville controlling right now. Shaw throwing him up though against the board. Puck's battle back behind the net as well. It's moving, so play continues. It's eventually poked out the far way before it's pinned back up again. Our arm is up. 10 seconds, and then a whistle. Carry to the box for Millersville. 10 seconds for Drexel to get one. They already had one goal right off the face-off, looking to do the same. Face-off one here by nobody. It's cleared all the way back down. 3 seconds. Here, Drexel falls just short. A final of 5-4. An interesting hockey game here in Philadelphia. Millersville able to come up with the ultimate victory of 5-4. We thank you for joining us tonight. Drexel getting to be on late in the game.